Okay, hi guys. Hoping to make my first video here. Um, just going to show you my setup. Okay, over here we've got my small funky dunky looking camera stand as I'm using a cell phone. Set it in there like that and set it here and watch videos while I'm picking and messing around, or hopefully in the future I can put it here and maybe make some videos so you guys can watch me working on stuff. A couple of trays or tackle boxes for filling up with tools once I get a good selection. Chunk of wood for making a pinning tray out of in the future. Some sandpaper. Cheap lock I bought for $6. It's a double cylinder deadbolt, grade 2. It was like, yeah, as I said, $6. I don't think I'll get much trouble out of it. Little clamp. I think I'm gonna try and make. I'm gonna try and put a base, weld a base onto this, and make a little stand for clamping my locks into and working on them. Because I'm sure a lot of you know, after holding on to one of these like this for quite some time, your hand can cramp up pretty bad. Got my selection of locks over here. I got most of them from the Restore. I got all of these from the Restore. I got these 3 Corbins from the Restore. This one here is pretty cool. It's what I think is somewhat of an antique. If I can get this to focus for you guys. In here you can sort of see, just turn that a little bit more. You can sort of see the bottom pin is actually, looks to be a ball bearing, which I thought was really cool. Anywho, I've got a, let's get this to focus. Sorry guys. Got a Schlage over here, a Weiser. I've got 2 Defiant locks that I had already. These did not come from the Restore. I've got a second Schlage here. Got it apart right now, trying to make some security pins that I don't want you guys to see. Because then when I send it off, hopefully to Bosnian Bill, he'll know what's in there. So you can't see those. Got a Papays, I think I'm saying that right, Papays padlock. 200/45 Inox springs. Looked up a few videos, and I believe this has a few or maybe all security pins in it. Anywho, moving on. I've got my Dremel here and some tools, some needle files, big file for making those security pins. Got some lube, some knives, tip from Bosnian Bill, hopefully to make some picks out of. Pliers, Dremel as you saw. My little go-to kit. Go through this real quick. Some of my homemade picks. I know this is real pathetic probably for a lot of you guys. This is my full array of picks here. This one is practically junk. It's real flexible. Works a little bit. Never use it though. The first pick I ever made is out of some sort of... sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. Nope. Come on, there you go. It's out of some sort of Allen key driver. Works okay. First pick I ever made. Real, just standard hook profile. Like it. Works alright. But I move on to these guys here. Again, thank you, Bosnian Bill. These ones are made thanks to his how-to videos on how to make your own picks. And this one here is super thin. Don't use it much. But this one here, this is my little gem. It is my favorite. I know these look nothing like his. These are pretty ugly, and I don't know. I mean, it looks like a 2-grader made them. Anywho, again, just a plain hook. Real sturdy though, real thick. Good for bitch picking, rocking, zipping, whatever you like. Tension wrenches. I know a lot of you probably think these are. I got a good selection here, but I don't. These are all junk. They do not work for me. I have no luck with them. The only windshield wiper inserts I could find are the thinnest or skinniest profile, and they just do not work in a lot of the locks. They just bind up and they don't work for me. Tried to make a couple more here out of other stuff, and they just, with no luck. The only one I use, the only one that's worked for me, is actually made out of a hairpin cotter pin. Not Anyways, what am I thinking of? Anyways, not out of like a girl's hairpin for her hair, but a cotter pin. Oh, here, like this one here. And this is the only one that works for me. Anywho, got some pins here from ones I've taken apart. Got top pins, bottom pins, springs, high tension springs, low tension. Some O-rings and some rubber washers for making some bump keys, hopefully. Some materials for hopefully making some more picks in the future. Some of those windshield wiper inserts that I'll probably never use. My handy dandy homemade plug follower. Hollow, made it out of a pin. Works pretty good for me. Dollar store tweezers that you probably won't be able to see, but I carved or filed a little groove, a little groove into each side here, so it's easier for grabbing the pins. So that is that junky little pathetic set, but it's what I can afford. My Dremel, a couple of files, and over here we've got my Dremel bits, my safety glasses, always wear them, guys. My knife for scraping or sometimes prying or what have you, trying to scrape my name in something. And here we've just got some materials, again, just for making some picks, maybe some parts, some of the locks I've taken apart. Get that closed. Let's go over to this guy here. Some of my basic tools, some screwdrivers, picks, knives, some files, some measuring tools, a couple of brushes for cleaning stuff up, nothing fancy, a couple of punches and some drill bits and some wire in the back there. In here we've got a really old school Dremel. The only reason I have it is because the chuck for the bits is really small, and it's the only Dremel I have that will allow me to put pins in to try and make my own security pins. So that's why we have that. Some sandpaper, a roll of sandpaper 600 grit, some tape, some more Dremel bits, pieces, some junk. I'm sorry guys, I know this is probably really boring. Marker, pen, pad, tape, as you already saw. And yeah, guys, that's about it. Just like to give Bosnia and Bill a shout out. Everything I've learned about lockpicking and the tools and the how-tos and the techniques, I have learned from you. Your channel is amazing, educational, entertaining, and I'm addicted. I really like it. So I'm going to try and finish up these security pins and hopefully send this one off to you, Bill. Yeah, and that's everything, guys. Yep, stay safe. As I hear everybody say, stay legal and just have fun. All right. I'll see you next time.